Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and welcome to This Week in WoW for the week of November 9th. As always, we'll start off with the Mythic Plus affixes for this week. This week we have Tyrannical, Bursting, Volcanic, and Tormented. Again, that's Tyrannical, Bursting, Volcanic, and Tormented. If you can handle bursting stacks, it's a pretty easy week. Yes, it is Tyrannical, but as we found, while Tyrannical does make a dungeon slower technically, the other affixes being really good actually helps you out a ton. So, this is a really good week, actually. As long as you can manage bursting, no issues whatsoever. Again, that's Tyrannical, Bursting, Volcanic, and Tormented. Let's go ahead and talk about what's going on in the game this week. We do have Time Walking. However, it's not the Legion Time Walking yet. This is going to be the Warlords of Draenor Time Walking. This is actually one of the easier ones, in my opinion. These dungeons are quite easier and linear to do if you are farming any kind of items or whatever that you need from Time Walking badges. This is actually a good one to do in that case. Obviously not necessarily going to be fun or anything like that, but these were really good dungeons that they made, at least as far as replayability, because they aren't like this crazy stuff that you have to remember or anything like that to complete them. We have the PvP brawl, weekly PvP brawl of Deepwind Dunk going on as well. I don't really have many strong opinions about that. We have the Moonkin Festival going on the 12th. So the Moonkin Festival is just this little thing. I actually went and did it. I believe I have a video talking about this actually, because I took the time to go and do it. This is just one of those things that they could just expand on and make it like a week long, and it'd be kind of cool. There's a lot of Moonkin love in the community, for example. And you could go do stuff for a week that just celebrates Moonkins or something like that and make it actually really cool. But this is just a tiny little event. You're not missing anything by not doing it by any means. But it's one of the ones that they could just make cooler if they expanded it and put more resources into it. I understand why they don't put resources into the holidays as things currently sit. I know that they are hiring a lot more people though, and hopefully that's something that they can do is kind of expand on these events, make them cool, because that's just something to do that week in the game. It gives you a reason to log on, even if it's just like dailies that you do, and then at the end of it you get some cool Moonkin thing. It's an opportunity that I believe that they are missing there. Probably the most exciting thing that's happening this week is at the very, very end of the week on Monday, we will be celebrating WoW's 17th anniversary. Now, this is cool because, you always get some kind of items and you get an achievement for logging on and stuff like that. But probably the biggest thing is, if you're somebody who still has characters to level, because I know some people have like all their characters at max level, and no judgment if you do. But for those of us who still have characters that we could be leveling, whether that's a low level or a high level, you get this experience thing with the anniversary. At least we always do in the past. And this is like the most efficient time to do any of that stuff in World of Warcraft. I tell my friends, because if you're like them, you probably struggle a little bit with not having enough time to do everything that you want to do. Certain games might seem like you can't play them because you don't have enough time. Well, this is the time to do that kind of leveling stuff in WoW, right? So maybe you don't have to, you're like, I like to play these characters and I don't have time to level them all up and deal with it. It's a hassle or whatever. This is the time that you do it, okay? So you come back and play WoW during this anniversary and you just get all that stuff done, and it's really efficient. It's the easiest time you're gonna have to do it, unless they like do that summer bonus that they did during the height of the COVID, where they let you have tons of experience then. But like during these times, this is when you do it. You don't want to waste your time. If you're someone who doesn't have a lot of time, you don't want to waste your time during just like a normal experience, section of the calendar. You want to wait till you have something like this. So it's like 3 weeks long, 4 weeks long. 1, 2, 3, a little over 3 weeks long, or about 3 weeks long of this extra experience. You really want to take advantage of it. I really enjoy it always. I always use it as an opportunity. I've switched servers a lot. I'm pretty much going to stay on this server that I'm on now, unless I ever go Horde, due to Alliance rating just completely dying or something. I plan on staying on this server now, but I only ever transfer like 1 or 2 characters when I change servers, so I always have characters to level. So I'll probably pick something and I'll just power level it up with this experience boost, and it'll be great. And I won't feel like I'm wasting my time or anything, so it's very exciting. Other than that, we do have a little bit of other news. 9.2 is not on the PTR yet, as of me making this video, but I guess it's in the step before that. I don't necessarily understand all the lingo with that, but apparently it's like an encrypted version of it is somewhere in like almost ready to go live on the PTR, something like that is how I understand how it works. So we are, I mean, we might have 9.2 PTR popping up this month or before the holidays. And that would be pretty cool. That would give a lot of stuff to look at and a lot of content and stuff like that. So I definitely wouldn't complain about it. I do want to, do this. I think it would at least be after this time walking stuff, right? The Legion time walking that everyone's pumped about. So maybe right before the holidays or right after the holidays. And by holidays, I mean the December holidays. Maybe it's when we could expect that to hit the PTR. Just a guess, though, there. Obviously, I don't have any inside information or anything on that. As far as rating goes, I always do a rating update as well. We did finally start getting to phase 3 in Sylvanas. Hopefully, that just means it's a matter of pulls before we get her dead. Damage and stuff shouldn't be an issue at this point in the expansion like that. It's just about people doing mechanics and stuff like that. So hopefully we're able to get her down. This week again would probably be a bit hopeful, for 6-hour guild. But if we do, that would be pretty exciting. And if not, I will start hoping for it starting next week. Every week I will be hoping that we get it down. So want to get that finished and move on from progression. I wouldn't mind farming the raid a little bit afterwards to try to accumulate some of the gear and definitely get the mount and stuff like that. But yeah. So is there anything else going on? I don't believe so. No. So yeah, that's about it for this. I'm super excited for 9.2 to eventually hit the BTR. I'm super excited for the Mage Tower stuff, and I'm super excited for this anniversary event, honestly, coming up. So as always, I do ask you to please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out so much. And other than that, everybody have a good one.